Wash on, wash off. It's a very warm day today. I don't know what the heck I'm doing. It has a box. Yeah, it's a box. It's quite a heavy box, actually. Oh! So, at first, I thought this was Lego stuff, but you know what? Given the packaging type, I think this might actually be something else. At first, I thought this might have been my Frozen. I have a Frozen set on the way. One of the Elsa castles I'm going to review. I think I got it for like £7 odd. Just like half the price it is on Bricklink. So that's coming up at some point. But that's not this, I don't think. It's way too heavy to be this. I don't know why I thought, oh, it must be this, right? This must be the Frozen set that I got off eBay. But this is something I don't think I was expecting for like half a month. And it wasn't supposed to be here until like the 28th or so. But a sponge? No, it's not a sponge. It's cards. And look! It's sadness. It's on the stack. Literally. Sadness on the stack. So, yep. More custom proxies for myself and my friends. So some of these are designed by me, some of these were put on order by my friends. We're going to go through all of them. Shouldn't be something on here that's too not safe for work, so I literally can't print not safe for work stuff, apparently, which is fine. Let's open this in a clever way. And just grab a stack. I think this costed me... The actual price of this whole lot altogether is about 99 odd quid. But most of this is stuff for my friends. And some of it is my business fund, and some of it's personal. So, you might think, well, that's a lot of money, but I didn't pay for most of it, basically. So we have Sadness, I think 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 copies of Sadness, which is going on the stack. We have some mock sapphires, some goose mock sapphires, Rake in the Lake.
Rake in the lake! Rake in the lake!
A couple of them. We have mox check, which is a knife. It's a little... Oh, I'm trying just the bounce here. There we are. It's a very warm day, and it's a very bright day, as you can see, so the coloration is a bit shit. My Black Lotuses came out wrong. That's fine, I guess. Some Black Lotuses, must have forgotten to border them properly. That's okay, I guess. It's not the end of the world. Some plains with the goose. Some islands, which are goosed. Some swamps, which are goosed. Some forests, which are goosed. And some mountains. Everyone loves a mountain. Everyone loves a fucking good mountain. We have some negates. The goose with a gun.
There's a gun!
The goose has a gun. I have a goose clown, a healer's hawk. My thing. These I might glue together. We have a custom card that I designed myself. It's Goose-chan.
Goose-chan!
For my 5-color birds commander. And the other half of Goose-chan. Bird, just the idea of having bird, like a specific counter idea for birds of just like, oh, there are burning counters. Birds burn things and they destroy. And I just dropped some cards everywhere. That's great, isn't it? I dropped Lego on the floor before, and now I dropped cardboard on the floor. Great. I'm I'm very clever. I'll have to sort that out later. A tentacle, don't worry about it. Plant. This is something from Mid-Journey, I think. Something on ArtStation. These are all on NPC fill, so if an artist has issue with their art being on there, you want to talk to NPC fill, whoever put it on there, not I. I'm just printing them. I print stuff on NPC fill with the assumption that the stuff on there is allowed to be on there. So I do apologize if your art was recognized. Take it up with whoever put it on NPC fill, please. Soldiers, zombies, saproling. Some of the stuff is like AI made, which annoys me a bit, but I do as the crystal guides, aka my friends that ask me to do shit. Some of these are just more zombies. Some clues, I think, from Dragon Quest. I won't go through all of these, the stuff my colleagues, unless something particularly weird. Got a few of these printed out because the actual one, I get it. That's the actual one you can get in packs. This bit is like on a dotted line, so you can remove it, so you can show that this is something as a ring bearer. Personally, I just rather put I think myself and my friends would rather just go, I'll just put the whole token under it, because it just feels weird tactilely. I don't like, so I did a different version of it, which is a card, and not like the things where you pull something off of it. I think I also saw them printed one up, and I have one for myself too, because it's just useful. I think this one's just a Polyraptor token, because I don't think that Wizards actually ever did a Polyraptor token, so it's like done in the Wizard style. The bird. This is an unofficial Wizards token, I believe, from Dominaria United. It's just a full art version of it. This one I thought was cute. It's Totoro. Again, this is, I think, one from Ravnica Legions, but it's just a full art version. A wall from Theros. Again, I think just a proper full art version of it. Ragavan. I think, again, an existing one. This was cute. Might. Done in that kind of, I don't know what sort of anime that's from, but it's a thing. Sorry, it's a bit... Hold on a second. I'm gonna see if I can try to fix the light problem, because it's too bright and there's causing too much glare, so here we are. I'm gonna actually go turn that my unnatural light on. I know it's a bit of a... That is potentially doing nothing. Is that doing anything? No, not really. Okay. Only the best content here at Chaotic Jexak HQ. It's a bit better. We have a soldier token, which is basically Cloud. I thought it was cool. I think I have one for myself. Yeah, so I printed one for myself of Cloud and Zack, because I'm eventually moving to Kingdom Hearts deck, and maybe they'll get used in that. A soldier, but it's a turret from Portal. Thought it was cute as well. Here's one that's technically are from a different card game. So we have Copy, which is Mimic, or whatever the fuck it is, from Yu-Gi-Oh! I thought it was quite hilarious, actually. But I made my own Copy tokens. I prefer to use my own artwork. We have Cyclonic Rift, except it's Mystical Space Typhoon. I thought it was quite funny. If this was a different card that, say, destroyed something, like an enchantment, I'd probably run this myself, because MST is funny. Yeah. We have Omnath, the player awards Omnath. You don't want to see the other version. Pilot, I printed up a couple copies, one for myself for this as well, because I wanted more pilots in my my deck. I felt that was very much Gundam / like classical mecha style, very almost like Darling in the Franxx style. It's a mid-journey thing. The card that I absolutely hate the most in all the Magic, and I wish I could rip it up right now. Although I think I actually printed one up for myself as well. Not of that style, though. Liliana. Some of these are mid-journeys. I like the mid-journey Nissa here. I will say that much. And this Sheriff Gordon, who did this Sharknado token. Blue Eyes Ultimate Dragon for the Dragon, I thought was cute, and Blue Eyes White Dragon for the other dragon. Dark Magician is Crick. Coat of Arms, but it's a full art style, is interesting. Although I've got my own version that I prefer. You know, it's the common meme. I'm doing the meme. Okay, this was one of those things that was requested of me, but I figured, you know, it'd be funny to have everyone having one as the joke. And honestly, I think that this actually looks cooler in non-foil than in foil, actually. So, fuck you, Post Malone. Eat your rapper heart out. I have 5 of the One Ring. We have Diochan, Artful Beauty, that Human Advisor one. Uncle Istvan, which isn't, I don't think it's an expensive card. I don't know why he just didn't get the actual card. Force of Negation, which is just the no. Isoconceptor. And onto my stuff. So, another print, a print of Animal Sanctuary, which is my goose land. Nixos, trying to Nix, except it's Kingdom Hearts, or the beach from the Realm of Darkness. I kind of took an artistic liberty there, winning Kingdom Hearts in the World of Darkness for no reason. Fireball wins again, you puny barbarian. And these are some things I actually did for myself out of AI, out of interest at the time, but I kind of like them. So these are, this is a planes, but it was, I think I did like cyberpunk planes, because I wanted to do it for my vehicles deck. So cyberpunk style planes, Sea of Clouds, but it's Ghost. Fire Blast, but it's the old Pokemon Fire Blast, if you know that it's, because it's like the kanji symbol for Fire Blast. I think it's like they have the kanji symbol for fire as the Fire Blast. It kind of looks a bit like that, sort of, vaguely. I thought it was a funny joke. It's a proper playable card, and I thought, you know what, fuck it. I think it's funny that Fire Blast exists in 2 different games. I have Silence, except it's Shut! Shut! Airborne Aid, except it's a goose committing a war crime, because apparently you're not supposed to use, I think the green cross is fine, it's the red cross that is an actual war crime. So the joke is that geese are particular about what war crimes they will commit. So they're not doing the Red Cross war crime, which is a bit more trackable. War crimes that you can get away with, fine. War crimes that you can find the evidence of real easily, like having a Red Cross on something, bad. So, but Urza has no such problem because Urza's a cunt. But yeah, Airborne Aid, draw 1 card for each bird you control. Another Shut, because I had space for it. Shut! Shut! Shut your mouth. Floral Spasm, except it's a Piranha Plant. The reason for that is because I have a Piranha Plant puppet, which allows Floral Spasm to choose. As you see, if Floral Spasm attacks an opponent and is not blocked, then Floral Spasm may choose to destroy a target artifact under that opponent's control and deal no damage. Floral Spasm may choose. I know they give it Oracle text, but I just think it's funny. Just Floral Spasm may choose. We have Ornithopter, so it's Bunby Helly from Mega Man. Aragorn and Arwen. I just wanted a version of it from the movies, honestly. I have no issue with the other Aragorn. I just wanted the movie version because I grew up with the movies. I think that's a fair cop as well. I understand that we want to go their own direction and things. I like the movies. And it's an iconic scene from the movies. I also have my own issues with... I don't use characters that are different ethnicities because and this could be a silly thing, I personally feel like it's almost like virtual blackface if I do that, and I feel like I'm not supposed to do that. Is the thing. I'd feel really bad about doing that. It's why I don't play, I don't use any of the black character skins in Fortnite, because I feel like, am I accidentally culturally appropriating here? And I feel bad about that. A few more, this is just Gura as an island. Sneak attack, but it's sus. A construct, but it's a slightly stretched, scuffed Eggman robot. It's kind of a proof of concept. I want to draw one of these myself as a big +1/+1 for each artifact you control artifact. This is going in the artifacts only deck. I'll say artifacts only, the colorless deck that I'm running, because Urza Saga and a couple of other lands and weird things make these types of constructs. So I wanted to have one that was cool. And most of the deck is going to be, as you've seen by Bumby Helly, going to be Mega Manified. but I'm also going to add some sort of Robotnik stuff too because of the Archie Comics crossover. There we go. That's the point I want to make. The forest is part of the cycle of lands that I did. It the Betrays, except it's my sort of OC nobody type from Kingdom Hearts. You probably saw a while back that I had the commander as my YouTube Sona Jexak. This is his like lesser nobody. If you ever played Kingdom Hearts, each member of the organization has a nobody type that they control. His is Necromancers, which is a class in a Final Fantasy game, so it fits the theme. But yeah, it the Betrays, because whenever an opponent sacrifices a non-triggered permanent, put that card in the battlefield under control, meaning it resurrects stuff from the graveyard. It's an Eldrazi, which are creatures from the Blind Eternities, which are things that should not exist. What are nobodies? Creatures that should not exist. I did toy with the idea of just putting creature nobody and being like, if eventually Wizards does erratas of the like Necrons and stuff and gives them a creature type and says, and then puts in the rules, this creature type is always this creature type, I might change Eldrazi to nobody as a kind of, and have a rules text thing somewhere it's like, nobody or Eldrazi. I don't know. But I printed a couple of those. We have Spectre Seeding, except it's Goose Caesar. Ave, render unto Goose what his Goose is. A Dark Side as Nantuka Revenant. I thought that was apt because it's Nirkana Revenant. Nirkana Revenant is the best shade that I could find. And whenever you tap a swamp for mana, add an additional black. That by itself is good. But it can also get really, really big if it wants to, because all the shades have that thing where you pump mana and become really big for the turn. I wanted to build Shade Tribal because Shade, similar to an Eldrazi, Shade to me is Heartless. That's the closest creature type that Magic has to Heartless. And then with the Realm of Darkness, except it's Urborg. This is kind of me taking a weird artistic liberty. You can kind of see the ground, and you kind of see this weird kind of swirling darkness. Realistically, I probably should have had the ground be a bit more towards here, but c'est la vie. But it's Urborg. That's the Realm of Darkness. We have Memnite as Metal, as a Metor. Even though it says Metal, you pronounce it Metor. Just a little lad. The island from the Cyberpunk set. Ridge Rock.
A Regirock!
Whoa. Yeet. I didn't, in the movie, yeeted the Jeep or something, right? But there's Regirock. Which, ironically, I didn't intend to do Regirock in the Commander Master's, profile style, but it kind of looks like the fucking Commander Master's profile style by complete accident. But that finishes off the cycle, at least of the first 3 Regis. I'm going to do the remaining Regis as golems as well, for a golem tribal, golem typal, sorry. Still getting used to that change. Golem typal, whatchamacallit, Secret Lair style thing with all the Regis. My body is Reggie. Speaking of Secret Lairs, we have Lauren Disciple of History, except it's Penny Going Constructor from Fortnite, which I printed off another copy of because I do run it in, I do run Lauren in my other vehicles, because why wouldn't I? Some V-Bucks, which are treasures. 13's Insignia, which is Obscure Charm. It's a charm! It's technically a charm. I really tried to get the style of the old kind of screens from the older Pokemon games. Path of Ancestry, but it's a screenshot from Untitled Goose Game. Similar to the lands that I've done before, the basics. It's Path of Ancestry is Bird. Including another custom sort of character thing for my one of my decks. This will probably be the commander for my vehicles deck going forward. I wish there was a better 5-color vehicle commander that cared about things, but you pump them off of a couple of things, and then you go and search for the Transformers, basically. So there's a few ways there's things that give things modular. Blaster gives things modular. Optimus can give things bolster. Things like that, so you can pump, you can put +1s on them, and obviously there's enough legendary stuff in the deck, and there will be more later when I add things like Parhelion, to make this big enough to search for things, which is a lot better than I have currently, which is the one that... It's more flavorful. I wouldn't say better, because the one I'm running is, I think, Jared Carathian, which makes Kavus, which would be better than this in a way, because it makes things compile things. But I think I've kind of got enough shit to compile things anyway. That's why I've got, like, possible replacement commander. Hoo-Hoo, but its drawer is familiar. One of the better cards that I've done for the deck that's Mega Manified, because Historic Permanent. Historic spells you cast cost 1 less. Very important in a colorless deck, because you can make things cost nothing. It's also a door and it's bird.
It's a bird.
We have Goose Hatchery, Goose question mark Hatchery, because it's birthing bells. Are they geese? They're geese in addition to their other types. We have Search Ghost, another Heartless, which is just Dungeon Shade, one of the flying, it's the flying one. We have Loot Lake for Fortified Beachhead. So no head, question mark. There we go, another copy of that. The Swamps. The Swamps is my least favorite of this, but I get that where the AI was going with this, and the AI was trying to make, like, the slums, so in a lot of cyberpunk things, you have this theme of the higher up, kind of, the higher in the area you are in a building, whatever, the more high society you are, the lower to the actual Earth's ground you are, the more likely you are to be poor. So the slums are, like, on the surface, I guess. So I think that's where they're going with that. And I feel like the random chaoticness of AI really lends itself well to, like, dark cyberpunk style things, because you think the buildings and all the weird stuff often doesn't make sense in a cyberpunk setting. You think, that just looks Euclidean and weird. But cyberpunk is just by default like that. We have Guard Armor, which is Isan Shade, because it's a Shade Knight. This is, at time of recording, the only Shade legendary for a Shade commander deck. It also has protection from white, which is actually ironic. We have Bone Saw, but it's default pickaxe from Fortnite. Mountain for the cycle. Doesn't really look like a mountain, but there are mountains in the background. There are mountains in the background. That counts. Ratchet Bomb, but it's a bob-omb. I think I was trying to reference one of the scenes from the Super Show, where I think they're, like, going up a mountain or something, and, like, a bob-omb explodes, causing a landslide. Something like that happens, if I recall. I think that's where I was going with that. Reflections of Literature, but it's a goose looking at a cursed mirror. Disallow, but it's... That sign won't stop me, because I can't read! Cryptic Gateway, but it's the Goose Cave. Yeah, there we go. I was looking through the Aether Fluxes, and I saw this. Blood-fueled laser cannon. Whenever you feel like it, you gain more life than White's wildest dreams. Pay 50 life, blood-fueled laser cannon fucking nukes target idiot mono-red player. While the storm count is at 1, one shouldn't estimate the potential of 100,000 grape shots. I love this. I love this, like, deep-fried card game meme. I feel like it might have started with, like, the Yu-Gi memes. The Yu-Gi-Oh card memes, like the deep-fried Yu-Gi-Oh cards. There's also, like, Zatalpa 0800 on you flapping. But I just thought that was just funny. And it's a self-own, because I hate Aetherflux Reservoir. Story is, I was playing Super Friends, my Bowl of Super Friends deck. I'd killed the rest of the table. There was one guy who was kind of struggling with his land base. And I was like, okay, I'm going to round this game out. I'm going to ult Bolus, exile all but the bottom card of the library. The bottom card of his library was a Plains. He had over 50 life, he played the Plains, he played an Aetherflux, and fucking killed me. And if I hadn't fucking ulted Bolus, or if I'd done something that discarded his Aetherflux, I would have won this game. I had game, and I just fucking threw it away like a dumbass. And it was very much like a Yu-Gi-Oh moment of, but did you expect this? Basic Plains. Okay, I'm not scared. Aetherflux Reservoir. Now I'm scared. But there's also this version, which is based on that's in the Mystical Archive frame. For some reason, I couldn't find one in the Masterpiece frame. But, c'est la vie. Prototype Portal, something that's in the Masterpiece frame. Sculpting Steel. I'm not spending a shitload of Masterpieces. Scrap Troller. Also, I think some of these didn't exist as Masterpieces. Kuldotha Forge Master full art, because I needed Kuldotha Forge Master. This is all for the color deck. Karian Legacy Reforged, because I I basically refuse to pay a shitload amount of money for cardboard. For a deck that I'm never going to play competitively because I am stupid, and I feel like just Colorless Artifacts is a mean deck. The other Karn, I actually have this card, the actual card itself, but again, I don't like... I have a policy against using expensive cards. I prefer to either collect them, sell them, or keep them in a binder safe. Urza's Saga in the Masterpiece frame. Urza's Factory in the Masterpiece frame. Urza's Workshop in a normal basic bitch frame. And Mobilizer mech, but it's Gundam Wing Zero for the vehicles deck, because I wanted to have some Gundams in there. I would have got Tall Geese. We have Parhelion 2, talking legendaries, but it's a pretty like Gundam style Consulate Dreadnought, but it's one of those like Zaku big enemy ships from the alien resistant, whatever they call it. Mech Hanger, but it's Gundam-ified. This is RX-78-2 in the Japanese style frame. Gundam Aerial is Mech Titan Core. I know the Mech Titan Core isn't a vehicle. Actually, it is a vehicle. I'm stupid. But it doesn't... It becomes... The strategy with it becomes a construct artifact creature, so no longer a vehicle. So it's a vehicle that's not a vehicle, basically. It's a vehicle that you don't use as a vehicle, for the most part. We have MSN4, so this is the token, but it's the big... And this is like Shah's big mech. I was hoping for like whatever Gundam Aerial like upgrades into, but I guess not. Gaia's Cradle. I'm printing this because it's all border, and Gaia's Cradle is ridiculously expensive. Because my Proliferate deck, my Semi-Proliferate deck is going to be all borderified, which means a lot of proxying. So this is all border. Blue Mana Battery. It's not an expensive card. I just can't fucking find it anywhere. Green Mana Battery. Same problem. Darkstar Reactor doesn't have an all border version yet. Clear Water Goblet. Empowered Auto Generator. Fuck Channelers, I call them. aka Flux Channeler. Gemstone Array. Inexorable Tide. Like, I own all of these cards. It's just, I wanted pretty versions of them. Kiora, which does the old Walker style thing, except better. Viral Drake, one of the few ones I was able to fit the Phyrexian symbol onto, because for some reason the app that I'm using, it does it in a deep black, rather than putting it under the text and putting it faded, like the actual Magic cards do. Forests. I actually don't know how to write Phyrexian language properly, so I went through a generator, which at the time I thought was a straight up translator, but it's not. We have some forests, some old border forests, and old border islands as well, with Phyrexian writing. These are the artwork from All Will Be One, but just all borderified. Which I don't know why they didn't do that for the default ones, because the default, like, these arts, nobody really cares. But yeah, those are like them. We have some colorless 1/1 artifact soldiers. And the rest of the Crashlands, with Coral Canyon, Medieval Madness, Fahrenheit Frenzy with the Bounds platform, Crit Balls of Fire, Atmospheric Pressure, Solar Bowler, Tsunami, Gold Rush, Nighttime. I think these are in order. Force of Nature. These are all like the bonus levels, if I recall. They're not in order. Warp Room, because the current Warp Room I have is not correctly. I had to reorder this. Brushland, Misty Rainforest, Crash and Burn, Crash Droids. It's a bit dark, but you can kind of see. Eskimo Roll. Yeah, not in order. Crash to Ashes, because again I had that, but the printing wasn't great the first time around. Ice Station Bandicoot. Wuthering Heights, which is Sheeran Reef. Ghost Town, called the Ghostbusters. Battle Reactor, which again was one of the first ones I did, and the bordering was wrong. The Gauntlet. Crunch Time, which is the boss fight room. Avalanche, which is another one I did at first. And some spam. Spam, 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 lovely spam, lovely spam. Lovely spam, lovely spam, 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 lovely spam, lovely spam, 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 spam. And I actually correctly boarded them this time. I will be printing a lot more of those spam tokens in the next order, I feel like. Because once I have the food deck, the food non-creature tokens deck, aka food, treasure, clue. Once I have those done, I will be using them, and I will be going spam, 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 lovely spam. We have infused arrows from another old border, Titan Forge from another old border, Golden Fountain from another old border. The reason I prioritize those ones is because those were the ones I didn't own. And I was like, I'm gonna old board them anyway, they're not expensive, they're just hard to get a hold of. And some more spam. Specifically the treasure spam, because I feel like I'd use more treasure than the other two, even though my deck coming up is food related, primarily. Because I think food is the easiest token to make. And also just food is funny. Food, as a mechanic, seems to have the most synergy support for things that care about when you make food. Treasure and Clues does have stuff as well, but I wanted to. Originally, the idea was it was Gilded Goose combo. So you search for Gilded Goose, have a commander that does things you care about food, and just make either shitloads of geese or shitloads of food or both. I think that's an infinite combo. I think I came up with the idea with using Gilded Goose specifically. I can't remember what it was, but I was like, you mean it's a combo I can play a goose with? But yeah, that's every card. That is a big pile. I'm not going to pick it up, so I'll drop half of it. Let me know in the comments below which was your favorite of that lot. Let me know, out of some of the stuff, there's the crash stuff, geese stuff. If you want to be out of the Discord, some of the stuff is for sale, UK postage only, on some of my own artwork specifically, the proxy stuff. Details will be on the Discord. If you want a link to the Discord, let me know. I will see you beautiful geese and goblins in the next video. Hopefully where it's not so hot and bright. Bye-bye everybody. Stay goosed.